Alright, so we got to continue with the lessons. She taught me about. Okay. Let's see. Ms. Lee. Hi. What aspect of the fist do you seek to refine? Ranged combat. Yes, the art of ranged combat is useful indeed, for it allows you to attack your enemies at a distance. It can be divided into fast volleys of small projectiles and well-aimed charged shots. Quickly fired small shots are one of the best ways to deal a lot of damage quickly, as long as you aim properly. But keep in mind that impatient throwing will slow down your aim. Better to aim properly before you start attacking. Carefully attacking with charged shots, on the other hand, is a less efficient source of damage. However, they cause strong knockback, can sometimes break your foes, and when used with an element, even cause status conditions. Also, charged shots will ricochet from solid objects, thus allowing for attacks from surprising angles. You should know, however, that some enemies are resistant to ranged combat. Melee combat will have better results in those cases. More questions? Dashing. The dash is an essential technique in fights and allows you to traverse short distances at blinding speeds. The speed alone allows for safer evasion, but it has another property, the mythical flash step. A dashing fighter will be completely invincible for a fleeting moment and even phase through some objects. That moment is short, but it can be prolonged by strengthening your flash step ability and focus. We gotta do that. Do not forget, though, that the number of successive dashes is limited to 3, and a short break is needed afterwards. More questions? Gordon! When facing vicious attacks, raising your guard is often the wisest course of action. It will greatly reduce all damage in the direction you face and is often safer than trying to evade, though beware that your shield can break after absorbing a lot of damage. The efficiency and endurance of your shield depends on your defense and the specialized solid guard modifier. However, if your guard is timed perfectly, it will never break and negate all damage. This is the fabled perfect guard. There are, however, some mighty attacks that mysteriously ignore a shield. Be wary of those. More questions? No thanks. Fine. Come back when you desire guidance again. Let's see what these guys say. Just look at. Oh wait, I think we already did that. Wait. I don't think we did. So just look at her go. I tell you, My Lee is the best girl. Dude, I heard you the first 100 times, and I still don't get it. She's just one note tutorial NPC. Well, actually, she gets fleshed out nicely in the tie-in graphic novels that center around her adventures. She got what? What else is there, Mr. Nomsworth, Middle Management Miracles? What? Hey, her growth as a fighter and the final confrontation with her corrupted father had me on the edge of my seat. And now she fights a sandbag all day. What a perfect character arc. Shh, my gal earned this piece. Element! Yes? What is it? Who dares interrupt my science? Oh, it is a seeker. Oh well, you might be worthy of my knowledge. You must know, I am the greatest expert of elemental science in all of Southern Rookie Harbor. So give me all your banal questions and let me enlighten you. Element basics. Oh, you still need to understand the basics? Alright, by drawing upon the power of the track. Seekers can extend their basic abilities with one of 4 elements. To actually do that though, you will need to earn each element in the temples of the track. Prove yourself worthy, so to speak. Aside from being superior in raw power compared to neutral, they can also deal additional damage to the right enemies. However, there's also the possibility of enemies being resistant to one element or another, so don't turn your brain off. This also applies to you as well, so keep an eye on your resistances if you enter dangerous environments. Also, you should know that elemental modes incur a natural resistance penalty of -50% to their counterpart. For example, using heat mode, you will take 50% more damage from cold attacks, unless you raise your resistances. Anything else? Elemental overload. When using an element mode other than the neutral, your element load will increase. This happens when you do any action during element mode, throwing a ball, doing a slash, etc. It is of no matter if you hit a foe or not, so blindly attacking is a foolish thing to do. Just pay attention to your elemental display in the upper left corner if you want to know your overload. The icon will fill up in a yellow color. Once it's filled, an elemental overload will happen and force you into neutral. To decrease the element load, you can switch back to neutral mode and continue attacking enemies. Using neutral, especially when attacking enemies, will cool down the overload much more quickly. Anything else? Status conditions. Status conditions. An immensely fascinating topic. Some see it as the truly cultured way of fighting. In any case, each element has an associated condition that will weaken the victim in some way. Heat can cause burn, which causes damage over time, depending on the victim's max HP. Oh, nice. Cold can cause chill, slowing down the victim's movement and attacks. Shock can cause jolt, which does some damage over time, while also interrupting and stunning the enemy periodically. Keep in mind that jolt damage depends on the victim's own attack power, basically as if they were performing the attack on themselves. Wave can cause mark, which will increase all range damage that the victim receives. To trigger a condition, you must repeatedly use charged shots or certain combat arts on an enemy. You will see a special bar under the enemy that fills until the condition is finally triggered. It will trigger faster if the attacker's focus is higher than the defender's. Rush skills will further increase the speed and effect. Anything else? I hope my lecture was of help. Cheers! Shades Avon shut. G'day, mate. I am the tech professional specialist of circuits and other hardware. Seekers like you are utilizing advanced BioLink hardware to draw powers from the track. If you want to know more about the application, just shoot your questions. Circuit functionality. Well, to improve your circuit, you need to collect CP, circuit points. You can get more CP by growing your level, and from some special artifacts that sometimes get awarded to dutiful seekers. If you have CP, you can use them in one of your circuits, either neutral or one of the elements if you have any. Skill nodes need to be connected to the center and have one of 3 levels. Higher levels tend to be more powerful but also need more CP to activate. Skills on branches can be switched at any time without the cost. For the rest, you gotta do a full reset at the terminal downstairs. Okay. More questions? Different circuits. C. As you grow as a seeker, you will wield up to 4 elements in addition to neutral. Each of them have their own circuit that only empowers you with the right elemental mode. An exception is the neutral circuit that represents the very core of your circuit board. Activated nodes on the neutral circuit also empower elemental modes with 50% of their values. More questions. Specific modifiers, new page. Some modifiers can be tricky. Which one confuses you? Iron Stance. The Iron Stance modifier lets you ignore the stun and knockback from attacks, so you can just keep on fighting, though you can only ignore attacks up to a certain limit depending on their damage. The maximum damage you can ignore is the Iron Stance percentage of the max HP value, so a fighter with 1000 max HP and 10% Iron Stance can ignore all attacks of 100 damage or less. Obviously, it's more reliable against many small attacks compared to powerful hits, and without a decent defense and max HP, you won't find it very useful either. Any other mods that confuse you? I do like Iron Stance though. Pin Body. The Pin Body modifier reflects a certain amount of damage to attackers when blocking their attacks. The reflected damage depends on how much is absorbed by the shield and your overall defense value. While the attacker's defense reduces the damage as usual, the defense of the defender further increases it. Thus, it is a very useful ability for defensive fighters. Just tank your enemies to death, mate. Any other mods that confuse you? Wait, was it saying it? Yes, okay, cool. We do want that. Pin Body Assault. The Assault modifier adds additional shockwaves to your melee attack. Ooh, the total strength of all shockwaves is the modifier percentage of the normal strength. Additional shockwaves will appear each 25% modifier value. Additional shockwaves, okay. Though the overall damage stays the same. Any other mods that confuse you? Cross Counter. The Cross Counter modifier increases damage on a counter. This means attacks against enemies that are either currently attacking or preparing for attack. What the fuck? The Cross Counter modifier increases damage on a counter. This means attacks against enemies that are either currently attacking or preparing for attack. I'm gonna have to use that to understand it. Bouncer. The Bouncer modifier increases damage against weakened enemies. This explicitly affects enemies that have been broken in some way. Breaking works differently for every foe. You'll find this only in special equipment, though not in any circuit. Any other mods that confuse you? Momentum. The Momentum modifier increases the damage of any action that is executed directly after dashing. The modifier can stack for every dash you do, so dashing 3 times with a 10% modifier increases your damage by 30%. The bonus will affect one action, no matter if it's a normal attack or an entire combat art, as long as it's executed quickly after dashing. You'll find this mod only in the special equipment. Only in special equipment, though not in any circuit. Any other mods that confuse you? Okay, other question. We did it all, yeah? Alrighty, come again whenever you're confused about scales and the like. I think we are gonna end up talking to that guy. So down here we can reset our skill tree. It's a store. I have no cash, money. Trade can be used to reset. Okay. Can go further down. Huh? Yeah. Big dog. A new seeker in my dojo, Not ready. You are, Come back when you mastered both heat and cold. You have. Yes. Okay. So we are ready. Welcome to Rookie Harbor. Hey, it's nice here in the shade, isn't it? Hi. Okay. They are late. Come on, relax. There's still time. The raid is scheduled in 10 minutes. Nothing is planned. It's going to be a mess. Don't be so serious about it. It's supposed to be fun, remember? Your friend's still not here? What's the holdup? I don't know, he said he'd arrive around this time. Maybe he's stuck in Rhombus Square watching the city from afar. You know how it is. Yeah, can't wait to finally enter that place too. Oh, hey. Is something the matter? Oh well, ever notice how that tree has fruit? I heard those are not instant matter, but actual fruit. Now I really wonder how they taste. Oh well, it's not like you can eat real life fruit as an avatar. Can jump off there, but why would I? Dun, dun, dun. Alright, next up, the town center. Oh, is that a market over there? Yup. You'll find most of the traders around here. Well, they're all over the place to be frank. Those traders offer pretty good equipment. The catch, you first need to collect all the required trade items in the wild. It takes time, but it's worth it. Further up is another important building. This way. The weather is so nice. I want to go through the market later. Also, I want to take a bath in that fountain. Naked. Seriously. Yeah, trading was weird in this. I get it. I gotta farm for things, and then... Cool. Where? I will, let me just look around here, make sure there's no other dialogue. Oh. Hello there, young lady. Could I interest you in some cool and delicious ice cream? Well, unfortunately, we are out of stock right now. But if you bring me some fresh ice from Bergen Trail, I could quickly produce new ice cream. So, could you bring me some Bergen ice? About 5 should suffice. Hey! I should have read that. You can find Bergen ice in the snowy parts of Bergen Trail. Just continue to the west until you reach the mountain area. Did they seriously ask you to fetch ice from a distant mountain? What is this, the Middle Ages? Oh! Dun. I might as well go in there now then. Dun. Hey girl, welcome to the Cozy Adventures hangout for the fall divers. Just go to our lounge if you want to chill and share stories with other kindred spirits. Forerunner Elenia should also be there if you're searching for whoever calls the shots right now. It's probably her. Dun. They chillin', they chillin'. Elenia. Hey there, Seeker. We love fresh company around here, but you gotta visit Seeker Central before joining the action. We can only hand you assignments once you took that faction briefing on the ground floor. Annoying, but even we gotta follow some of those pesky rules around here, you know? Bitch. Go down here. Wondering about this chest, Yeah, you can't open it yet. But you will be able to do it later in the game. You might want to add a stamp on your map to remember, in case you don't know what I mean. Just have a closer look at the map menu. Where am I? I'm here, right? South Harbor. Info Hub. Info Hub is over there. I'm probably here then, yeah? System. A little confusing. I think. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the next content patch. I heard rumors about the black market. Yeah? By the way, does it make sense to call it a patch? I mean, it's not just code. They're doing actual construction work over there. It's just a habit from old virtual MMOs. Don't overthink it. Yeah, I'm also still waiting for that. What did he say? Kitchen? My sink is broken. Landlord's gotta patch that. Stop it. You're making my brain hurt. Wait, what? Yeah, by the way, yeah, I'm also still waiting for that kitchen patch. Alright. It's hard to know who's talking. Reading the text. Who's this shady guy? Oh! Oh dear. Didn't your father tell you not to startle people? Well, he clearly should have. Kids these days don't know their manners. Now, don't be sad, young lady. At least you look like you are actually sorry. Now that's better. I think I like your attitude. Look, if you want to make it up for Starlet and me, why not help me out? Now, don't look at me like that. It's not hard at all. All I want you to do is find me a broken gauntlet. Simple enough, right? You found a weird player wearing armor from all classes, trying to find a broken gauntlet. He said you can find it in Autumn's Rise, in an area where it rains and you have to defeat lots of hedgehogs. Find the broken gauntlet in Autumn's Rise. Very good. Someone told me it was hidden in Autumn's Rise. Apparently there is an area where you have to defeat lots of hedgehogs while it's raining. Do you think you can find it? Good to hear, but don't keep me waiting, alright? Learn more about Elite Quests. Show tutorial. I don't think I know about this. elite quests are difficult quests marked with an exclamation mark and red outlines. Even on the same levels, these quests can be very challenging. However, they often offer better loot as reward. No. That man just now, he looked like he was wearing gear from each class. Normally that should not be possible. I wonder how he managed to sneak past the developers. Dude's an NPC, that's why. Where am I going? See that building up there? That's the Seeker Hub, or Quest Hub. Surprise, you'll find a lot of quests there. Just like in many other places in town and elsewhere. All of those quests are optional, but the rewards usually make it worthwhile. Hey Leah, are you still with us? She's a quiet one, but she really was fast at the tutorial. Almost beat me to it. Well, like they say, still waters run deep, right? What about that main quest? They kept talking about the Track of the Ancients. Oh right, I almost forgot about that. You'll have to enter the Quest Hub anyway. There is a mandatory introduction for all new players. They'll explain all about it there. I suggest you go in right away and just get it over with. I'll just wait here. D'accord! Let's go, Leah. D'accord? Whoa, what the hell is that? Alright. Businessman, Mr. Nomsworth. Ah, good day. I appreciate your desire to work for us, but you should get your official faction briefing in Seeker Central first. It is on the ground floor of this huge building here. You watch your mouth, Noms. I do remember. Greetings, Seeker Kima. I have to keep watch on the market and protect our citizens, so please excuse me. So I remember this. Where do I go now? Huh! Yeah. Rice cracker. Good work finding this spot. Did you know that these treasure chests are instanced for each player? Oh well, it means I opened this treasure chest myself before. The content is replicated for each player. That's cool, right? No more annoying empty chests because some random player reached it before you. Yeah, anyway, gotta meet my friends at the entrance. Dude was just chilling. Is there anywhere else I can go like this? Alright. Whoa, such a crowded place. All new recruits, please go to the upper floor for the introductory briefing. That's such a cute little cactus. Look, I think it's starting to blossom. That's great. Do you really have to sit on the table to watch it? Come on, I want to go too, or I want to go. What do you say? Wait. Come on, I want to go. Hush, I almost got it. You already said that 5 minutes ago. Blame that messed up search interface. That's it. Let's do this. Mon Dieu. Look at this. Looks cool. Welcome to Operation Trackwater Recruit. This briefing serves as an introduction to the history of this place and the nature of our cause. We are currently located on the natural satellite Shadun. This place was once inhabited by intelligent life forms that we refer to as the Ancients. While the Ancients ceased to exist a long time ago, they left behind a technological heritage to behold. The Track of the Ancients. Originally, it served as an assessment of social standing within Ancients' culture. It is a technological marvel, a highly advanced and self-sufficient system that remains intact to this day. It wasn't long after humankind arrived on Shadun that we realized its value. Thus, we initiated Operation Track Walker. We augmented the track so that humanity might walk it as well. And that is where you come in, new recruit. Together with the other seekers, you start the journey along the track of the Ancients. Your path will be paved with obstacles, but every step you take will further our cause, discovering the secrets of the Ancients. Your main task will be the collection of 4 elements: heat, cold, shock, and wave. Beginning with the element heat, your first destination will be the village of Bergen. To reach it, you need to pass the western barrier of Rookie Harbor. I will now give you your first shade to grant you passage to the west. Green leaf shade obtained. Finally, I will give you the Disc of Insight. This device will record all of the knowledge you encounter on your journey. Disc of Insight obtained? That is all. Good luck and stay vigilant. Deeper guide. Whoa! That was funky. Suddenly, I was in the middle of space and this old geezer kept talking to me. Same for you? I suppose they wanted to pep up the boring introduction, no? Wee, Track of the Ancients it is. Let's go back. Lucas is waiting. By the way, Leah, I took the liberty of adding a few more entries to your encyclopedia. For example, all past events and people we have met so far, and a few insights on the technology, of course. What? I just like to organize things. Dope. Damn, there's a lot. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna have to go through this though. Let's how can we do this? So these are the chapters. So I need to. So it says new now. If I go out and back in, oh no. Okay, so we will read right now what isn't shining. Prologue Shizuka. In an unknown area at an unknown time, a woman called Shizuka materialized. She demanded to know where her brother Satoshi was and why he was being held captive. As she moved towards her destination, she was interrupted by an obfuscated man who summoned enemies that blocked Shizuku's way. As she was an experienced fighter, she quickly disposed of the enemies and pressed onward. Until she eventually found herself in front of a large building. At the end of a hallway, she found her brother in front of a computer system. He seemed to be working on something as Shizuka was urging him to stop because of his poor health. However, Satoshi stated that it was already too late for him, and as he finished his work, he collapsed on the floor. Shocked, Shizuka ran to him, but Satoshi's words rang true. He had passed in her arms. Oh, he did. Leah awoke. So chapter 1, Awakening. Leah awoke in a strange environment. She couldn't remember how she got there or who she was. She had no time to think about her situation. She was greeted by a floating display in front of her, which showed Sergi, who told her that her initialization was successful and asked if she could understand him. However, Leah couldn't talk. She wanted to, but her speech module seemed to be broken, according to Sergi. Without delay, he asked her to perform some simple tasks to understand the gameplay mechanics. Leah mastered each task with ease, almost as if she already knew what to do. After finishing the final challenge, she met Carla, who welcomed her to the cargo hold. Without any explanation, Leah had to fulfill several other challenges, none of them proven too difficult, but she also grew more restless, and once the final challenge was completed, Carla and Sergi promised to tell Leah everything as soon as they spoke with Captain Jet. The captain welcomed Leah to the ship, but stated that she had to leave as soon as possible because an avatar on board of his ship just caused for darn trouble. Nevertheless, he promised to teach her some tricks later. As Carla and Leah stepped outside, it became clear that they were aboard a ship called the MS Solar. They moved ahead to the bow of the boat and Sergi explained Leah's situation. As it turned out, Leah was actually inside a game called Crossworlds, which takes place on a real planet. Leah is inside the body of an avatar, which is tightly connected to all her senses. Sergi went on by saying that they hoped to recover her memory by letting her play the game since there is a high chance that it might help. Carla added that everyone on deck except her is actually human and belongs to the maintenance crew of the game. After the explanation concluded, Sergi surprised Leah by giving her the ability to say certain words that he hard-coded into the system. Hi, in this case. They moved on and met the captain in the cabins. I'm struggling with this font. Where he told Leah to get up to the balcony in order to start combat training. While the captain showed Leah special combat mechanics, they were interrupted by a mysterious man. As he floated in midair, he claimed that something was not right on the ship and quickly turned to Leah, identifying her as the source of the anomaly. He approached her and was about to erase her. However, he's gonna erase. However, he noticed something peculiar about Leah and threw her on top of the cargo containers to test her abilities and see if he is right about her. A huge hostile crab appeared out of thin air and prepared to attack Leah. Sergi dropped in and told Leah to take on the enemy as the crab's stats matched Leah's. Leah took a deep breath, nodded, and prepared to fight the crab. After a tough fight, she came out on top and stared at the mysterious man floating in the air. He was overjoyed with the results of the battle and was about to finally take Leah away with him. Thankfully, Captain Jet intervened and attacked using his solar fist, which disrupted parts of the man's arm. The captain quickly grabbed Leah and flew her back to the balcony, where she was told to escape back to the teleporter she awoke in. Together with Carla, Leah returned to the cargo hold, but was stopped by a display of the floating man who summoned enemies to stop her. The enemies were far above Leah's level, so Sergi told her to just run to the teleporter instead of fighting them. Just before the enemies caught up with Leah, she stepped into the teleporter and exchanged one last glance with Carla before the woman activated it. And this is where we are. Sheesh. Chapter 2, Crossworlds. After narrowly escaping the mysterious blue man on the MS Solar, Leah arrived at Newcomer's Bridge in Rhombus Square after teleportation. Sergi explained the tight security measures of that location, relieved because the blue individual would be unable to interfere again. He was also worried, though, because Leah had to pass as a real player. He promised to unlock new words for her soon to make that task easier. On the way to the Rhombus dungeon, a last test for new players before arriving at the mainland, Leah bumped into a feisty redhead who was also a fellow rookie. Being a competitive lass, she instantly challenged Leah to a race through the dungeon, which they both promptly started. They did not notice the trouble that followed them. Using the skill she learned on the ship and her own wits, Leah managed to beat the dungeon while picking up new abilities along the way. In the meantime, Sergi was inquiring about the situation on the MS Solar and the identity of the Blue Man. While the crew of the ship was fine, he was unable to find anything about their mysterious attacker. After unlocking the largest update, the circuit, Sergi finally added the second word to Leah's language, her own name, Aaliyah. Twice as eloquent but still disappointed, Leah left the dungeon to talk to the girl who had just challenged her to a race before and just barely beaten her. She introduced herself as Emily, or Emelinator. Emelinator as her nickname. Whereupon Leah used her newfound vocabulary to introduce herself in turn. The friendly conversation was cut short though, as a fancy guy named Apollo entered the scene seeking justice. He accused Leah of cheating because her level was higher than usual at that point, thanks to the unplanned fight against the crab. And oh my god, I'm gonna do that by accident at the wrong time. Oh, it didn't change the page though. He accused Leah of cheating because her level was higher than the usual at that point, thanks to the unplanned fight against the crab, and wanted her to atone. The situation was diffused, however, as his friend Joan appeared and apologized for Apollo before leaving with the protesting vigilante in tow. Leah and Emily moved on from the confusing scene by taking the sky rails to Cross Central, the main teleportation hub of Crossworlds. There, they took the only way to the mainland that was available to new players, the teleporter to the coastal town Rookie Harbor. So we got Leah. Leah is a girl who lost her memory due to unknown reasons. As if that wasn't enough, she also lost the ability to speak thanks to a malfunction in her avatar's speech module. Determined to find more about herself, she agreed to play Crossworlds. Shadon. Shadon is a moon located near a giant gas planet. It's home to the Shad and was once inhabited by the ancients. Most of the croissant-shaped land is covered by marks of the track of ancients. Okay. And let's just see what this is. Let's go ahead and hit this. I can hit A on it. Oh, and then I can use this. I see. We need to do that. Crossworlds is a massive multiplayer online game created by Instatainment Ltd. It features a unique setting on a moon circling a giant gas planet in the eastern part of the galaxy. It is owned and terraformed by Instatainment Limited. Its current version is 1.69-2. Players make use of the cross gear to connect to special avatars made out of instant matter. The goal of the game is to beat the Track of the Ancients, a set of open areas and dungeons players have to overcome in order to get to the end. Just reading, making me tired. So Playground. Avatam's Croissant. The playground is the official location where Crossworlds takes place. It is often called the Croissant by players because of its shape. Okay. So if I go back in there, right. So completion, I see. So that's got. So we need to read the 100% ones probably. We will go through that. Encyclopedia, yeah. Cool. I like it though. What am I doing here? Ooh, the croissant. Bulletin board. Area Rookie Harbor. What is this? Quests. We'll read all of these if we can pick them up. Quests available, but it doesn't let me grab them? Okay. Maybe it's what I've got already. Greetings, Seeker. I see that you have completed the introduction to Operation Track Walker. Thus, you are now also qualified to use your abilities as a Seeker to assist the 4 factions in their duties. They are organizations that secure humanity's survival and prosperity through their special fields of expertise. More detailed information can be accessed in the terminal behind you. They're not playing. For now, you should know that each faction has a subdivision in Rookie Harbor, like in every settlement. To better understand our society and your place in it, you should get introduced to all of them. For this purpose, I will now issue an official assignment. Please accept. Each of the 4 factions has a local subdivision in Rookie Harbor: Fall Divers, Rookie Harbor Guard, Coastal Trading Coalition, and Fruits of Autumn. Introduce yourself to the representatives. Visit the 4 factions in Rookie Harbor. Cool? Good. Visit the representative of every faction in Autumn's Rise and introduce yourself. Most of them can be found in their respective headquarters near the market on the western entrance. Though the HQ of the CTC is still inaccessible to new seekers, the ambassador can be found just outside this building. Once you have visited all of them, return to me and to get your reward. Damn, I'm reading more than Warhammer out here. The 4 factions of humanity. Large parts of humankind are organized into the 4 big factions. Each of them is responsible for different aspects of human civilization, all of them crucial for survival and prosperity. The main headquarters of the factions are located in Rhombus Square, but every human settlement harbors one local subdivision for each of them. The Venture Alliance is mainly responsible for doing pioneer work by exploring and claiming new land, hunting and scavenging wildlife, and mining natural resources. It is represented in Rookie Harbor by the Fall Divers. The Human Preservation Department is mainly responsible for the protection and discipline of the human settlements on Shadun. It is represented in Rookie Harbor by the Rookie Harbor Guard. The Association of Human Advancement is mainly responsible for trade, manufacturing, and scientific research. It is represented by Rookie Harbor by the Coastal Trading Coalition. The Amity of Balance is mainly responsible for farming, gathering, and the research of native life and gaining an understanding of the inner workings of the Track of the Ancients. It is represented in Rookie Harbor by the Fruits of Autumn. While the factions are filled with highly resourceful experts of their field, they often need support of the Seekers because of their special connection to the Track of the Ancients. Sheesh! Got some updated stuff there. And what's this guy gonna say? Good day, Seeker. Pleased to meet you. My name is... Wait. Is he saying something new? I think he might be saying something new. My name is Mr. Nonsworth, and I am a humble mediative employee of the local trading association. Hi. Now, as you might have already assumed, a man of my position is always busy brokering business agreements, big and small. Thus, there's always a need for helping hands willing to do some necessary legwork for a generous payment, of course. Just now, I have an unresolved assignment by the pub for a delivery of mixed food ingredients. It requires collecting raw materials in the wild, trading them for the required items here in the market, and of course, delivering them to my client. A rather simple task, fitting for the beginning of a lucrative relationship, I would say. Can I count on your cooperation? Except... It's a deal then. My client requires 2 fruit and veggie sets each, and also a precious spice set to boot. You can produce them right here. You can procure them right here on the central market near the fountain. For the exchange, you will need raw trading materials from various plants of autumn rise. Okay. Alright. So, oh my god. I was gonna save it. So how was it, Leah? Enjoyed being in space? Well, now you should understand your task being part of Trek Walker and all. Let's go to the west now. By the way, Leah, Spiromancer? That's surprising. They're pretty unpopular. Don't ask me why. They're fine balance-wise. What about Pentafits? They're awesome, right? Yep, and I couldn't imagine you any other class. Okay, I need a little break. Just a tiny one. What are we gonna do next? I need to leave a note for myself so I know what I'm coming back to, just in case I don't play for a while. So, I am gonna go to all the factions. And then I'm probably going to try and get this stuff for this guy. Cool.